And as before, I know I said that like Battle 3 is always the toughest. Well, it pretty much was because of the Gligar. If you face the Gligar, then that's an issue you'll face. It doesn't hurt to have a water Pokemon on your team. For that particular reason. But this team's also pretty intimidating, I have to say. It's a good idea to lead with a flying Pokemon here. Most of them are weak to flying. Kadabra's, so I'm going to lead with Charizard, but Kadabra's also a good one to use too. As a matter of fact, I'm actually going to lead with Kadabra instead of Charizard, because most of them are weak to Psychic as well. So I'll lead with Kadabra, and Electric for that matter. I'll also use Charizard, and for third Pokemon... Well, I really don't... I guess the Hitmonlee would be best. I'll just have to watch out for moves that do like high damage in terms of defense, because Hitmonlee's defense is pretty poor. We'll lead with those. We'll go with those three though. I'm gonna lead with Kadabra though. If she starts with a Stantler, I can go ahead and switch to Charizard. From my past experience in the Prime Cup, and as you can tell, the music is getting more intense. This is actually one of my favorite tracks on this game that's playing right now. And guess what? Stantler's leading. And here I am going to switch, and I'll tell you why. The Stantler knows Earthquake, and it is not fun getting hit by that move. And you're thinking, why didn't you switch to Hitmonlee? Well, I said earlier about Hitmonlee having low defense, and I'd rather keep Hitmonlee in the mix. And wow, that's interesting, it used Return. I'm confused by that. Either way, I'm gonna use Fire Punch. It's too bad Charizard doesn't have Flamethrower instead of Fire Punch. That would really help me out here, actually. But we can't have everything with the Reynolds. Nintendo subliminally encourages you to get a transfer pack so you can use the handheld games to play on Stadium 1 and 2. Because they make it where the rentals aren't entirely in your favor. But, as you can see, I'm showing that it can be done with the rentals still. I still think using the Pokemon from your Game Boy games are better, though. That's pretty much unanimous, though. Anyone could really say that. Not just me. I'm pretty sure anyone would say the same thing about that. Okay. This thing has a variety of moves here, so I gotta be careful. If I'm not mistaken, the Hypno does have high special defense, so I'll use Wing Attack instead. That might work better for me. Critical hit, I'll take that. That'll help me a lot, actually. Well, I don't know what her last Pokemon is, but what the heck, I'll send out Hitmonlee. I'm gonna hope and pray I get lucky with Mega Kick. That's my plan here. Okay, let's do it. Mega Kick. Cross your fingers. Oh, that was so freaking close. Oh, they're gonna leave with Hypnosis. Well, guess what? The Miracle Berry kicked in. Alright, I'm a little bit... let's try Reversal. I hope it'll knock it out. Okay, good. I'm so thankful for that. Yeah, normally Hitmonlee's not a good idea to use against the Hitmo. That was so confusing because they both start with H and I got tongue twisted there. But now we got Poliwrath as the last opponent, and that's good, because Kadabra's Psychic will definitely take it out quick. But we got Hitmonlee out now, so what the heck. High Jump Kick should still do alright. And another critical hit. Wow, that's amazing. They're going to use Hypnosis again. They're getting lucky again. Hypnosis is only 60% accurate, and they're still getting lucky with that. Yeah, whatever. I guess if it somehow wakes up, I'll use high jump kick again to finish it off. But if it's going to use body slam instead... Well, if I take another hit here, I'll just use reversal instead. That should be okay to knock it out. Assuming I wake up. Or I get knocked out instead. That works too. Not a problem though. Kadabra can finish them. I'm gonna copy something that one of my friends had said in real life. They said, they actually referred to Stadium 1 when they say this, but in Stadium 2 you can kind of say the same thing. Just Kadabra everything. Just Kadabra it all. That's how they would say it all the time. Oh yeah, that's definitely gonna be it. Knock it out. Yeah, Poliwrath's part fighting. That's why it was weak to that Psychic move. We had Thunder Punch too, but Psychic gets stabbed from Kadabra, so that's why I went with it instead. We're already plowing through these trainers. That's Battle 4, so we're already halfway there. This must mean I still have much to learn. Oh yeah. Especially when a Hitmonlee can still take out a Hypno. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, Hypno does have high special defense. That's one of its attributes. It's just something I remember, like in the recesses of my mind. But we're going to move on to Battle 5. This is another one of those trick battles because they have a Quagsire, which is part ground, so its only true weakness is grass. So an electric move's not going to work against it. So, as before, you are going to lead with Kadabra. But you're still going to use Electrode for this battle too. And as far as the third Pokemon goes, there's really nothing I can suggest, like, ultimately. The Donphin would be good for the Lantern because of Earthquake, but most of them are flying anyway, so... Plus, Donphin would be alright. I said that wrong. I was trying to say Donphin would work, and that's not what I'm trying to say. Donphin will be weak to pretty much any water move, and just about all of them have some kind of move that could take out Donphin. So... And we don't have a grass Pokemon either. I'm tempted to use either Hitmonlee or Umbreon. I think I'm going to go with Hitmonlee. Because the Dugong's part ice, but I really don't know what else to use for the Quagsire. The Quagsire is my main concern, actually, to be honest. But anyway, I had said earlier, with what one of my friends had said about Stadium Games 1 and 2, Kadabra everything, that actually goes back to something that occurred in Stadium 1, and I'm glad that I actually have Kadabra out right now. I'm going to start with Psychic anyway, though. But in Generation 1, I don't know how much my audience is familiar with like the original Pokemon games, but there's actually some quote-unquote glitches in the system of how Pokemon games worked. And what I mean by that is there's like certain things that were like a little wonky. And one example of that was like not just Kadabra, but any Psychic Pokemon for that matter. And I use Reflect because it's using Dig, so it's a good idea to have physical damage here. And I'll use another Psychic to finish it. But what I was saying is for Psychic Pokemon, in the first generation game, it was glitched in the sense that Psychic Pokemon were supposed to be weak to Ghost Pokemon from the start, but somehow that never got programmed properly, and instead they were basically immune to Ghost Pokemon for whatever reason. So yeah, that was really weird how that was set up, and it never like really worked out. And then basically Psychic Pokemon were only weak to Bug type, and at the time the strongest Bug move would have been Twin Needle, if I'm thinking right. Yeah, I think Twin Needle would have been the strongest bug move. There really weren't many bug moves that did, like, damage. Besides Twin Needle, there would have been Pin Missile and Leech Life. If there's another one, I can't think of it. But I'm pretty sure Twin Needle would have been the strongest bug move. So, basically, Psychic Pokemon were the ultimate type in Generation 1. No questions about it. And there's another similar glitch, too. Like, it was especially involved with Stadium 1. There were certain moves where they would always get critical hits, like Slash. That's one I could think of off the top of my head. Every time it was used on Stadium 1, it would always land a critical hit. But the original programming was supposed to be set up where it would be more likely to have a critical hit. Not always, but more likely. And that somehow never got programmed correctly. This is just some of the urban legends of Pokemon, basically. But Generation 1's notorious for having these groundbreaking mechanics where they have, like, strange, wonky features to them. And I know I'm ignoring the battle here, but, yeah, you wanted to start with Kadabra just because of, Quagsire. And Mantine's the last Pokemon. Hitmonlee's not a good idea to use against it, but at the same time, Mantine has low attack, so I'm not going to be too concerned. I'm sure they'll use Wing Attack nonetheless. But I will use Mega Kick, because it's part flying, and flying is resistant to fighting. But yeah, I just thought I'd talk about that too, with the groundbreaking glitches of Generation 1. If that's what you want to call it. I'll try another Mega Kick, I guess. And it missed. That's not good. Okay, since my HP, well, shoot. I was gonna say, I was assuming I was gonna be left with very little HP, but Wing Attack got lucky. That's another thing too with the Rubber Band AI. The computers do tend to get lucky here, even in round 1. But round 2, if I ever get to that, I really don't have plans for what I'm gonna do with round 2. I definitely would like to show it off, but at the same time, I'm somewhat unfamiliar with it because it's been forever since I've done anything with round 2, and I still have to unlock it on my current game cartridge. A long time ago, I did have it unlocked, but it had a little personal story here. It had been erased by a family member. They actually erased many of my game files, not just Pokemon Stadium 2. But this was unfortunately one of the games that had the memory wiped off of it. And it was an act of rage, basically. They were mad at me at the time. And that's why they did that to me. Don't worry, I won't go in tears or anything, but that day when I found out all my stuff had been deleted, I was just like, why? Why is this happening to me? I did go in tears that day. But I've managed to work my way back up. But yeah, as I was saying with round 2, I really haven't done much with it, so I'm not really sure with what my plans are going to be with showing round 2 of this game yet. I'd like to show round 2. There's definitely no question there, but I just don't know how I'm going to do it yet. I might have to like take a little time off from this game just to familiarize myself with it and figure out some good teams. Not only that, round 2 is extremely difficult too. If you think some of this stuff's hard, just wait till you get to round 2. That's all I gotta say. But the next battle is gonna be right now. Well, as far as picking a team here, this is actually where it gets a little tricky. I guess Hitmonlee would be the best, since some of them have a weakness to, fighting. Especially Sneasel. Sneasel's very weak to fighting, actually, since of the dual types, Ice and Dark. They're both weak to fighting. And Donphin's definitely a good idea, too. And for third Pokemon, I don't really know what to recommend for the third choice. I guess Charizard, since there's a Fortress on the team. So I guess, yeah, we'll go with that. Because I really didn't know what to do for the fortress. And that's if he uses it. I don't know if he is for sure or not. I guess another thing I could talk here, I was talking about Generation 1 glitches. There was one other thing that actually came into my head here. Wait a minute, should I lead... I think this thing knows explosions, so it's a good idea to switch to Donphin anyway, regardless of what it does. But anyway, in Generation 1, there was also the Dragon type. Well, the number one thing is, Dratini, Dragonair, and Dragonite were the only Dragon Pokemon in Generation 1. So they were very unique in themselves, and the only thing that Dragon was weak to was Dragon and Ice. So basically, you had to have an Ice Pokemon to take them out. Because, at the time, the only Dragon move that existed was Dragon Rage. And if any of you know what that move does, it automatically does a base damage of 40 no matter what. That's all Dragon Rage does. It's a set damage move. And he has a Crobat. I'm not surprised to know that. Of course this would happen. Well... I guess I should switch to Charizard here. Because Hitmonlee's not going to be a good idea since it's going to... I'm sure this Crobat knows Fly. I mean, it's a huge bat. Crobat's also very speedy. It rivals Electrode in terms of speed. If you didn't know that about it. And it uses Screech. So it's definitely going to use Fly now. I wouldn't be surprised to know that it does that at some point. Oh, but it's used Confuse Ray first. I forgot about that. Well, shoot. Okay, good. At least I got past the confusion for the first turn, at least. It's a shame I don't have Kadabra. I didn't think about that. I probably should have had Kadabra on the team. Oh well, what are you gonna do? You gotta anticipate the team that they're gonna formulate as well, so... It's a luck factor, I'll go ahead and say that. You definitely need some luck on your side with some of these battles. I'm interested to know why it's using Screech, because I just realized, well, that's right, flying against flying, okay, that doesn't really mean anything. I thought flying was resistant to flying, but it's not. I do remember that. Flying is not resistant to itself. But another reason why it's using Screech is because of the confusion factor. The lower your defense is, or the higher your attack is, the more damage your confusion's going to do when you hit yourself. Don't take that the wrong way. I have a feeling it's going to knock me out. Oh, what the heck. If it does, it does. What'll it do? Great hit. Okay. Yeah, I figured that might happen. I guess... Well, I wasn't thinking again. I guess I could have switched to Donphin, but... What's the point, really? I'm actually going to switch to Hitmonlee, as weird as that sounds. I will not pick Donphin. Partially because Donphin only has Earthquake as its main attack move, while Hitmonlee has Mega Kick as an alternate option, which I'm going to try to pull off. Even though it just confused me, that's not going to matter because of the Miracle Berry. Okay, thank you, Mega Kick. That worked out perfectly. Oh la la, I like what he just did there. That was funny. Oh, I just remembered too. I was talking about the, what was it? Is it gonna confuse me again? I don't know. I really don't know. Yeah, let's try High Jump Kick anyway. Okay, yeah, it's gonna use Swagger.
What next? Oh, its confusion made it tougher.
What did I just say a little bit ago? I forget. Oh god, that's terrible that I can't remember the stuff I say. Yes, that knocked it out in one hit thanks to that swagger. I bet you anything that's why I knocked it out in one hit. What? What? That's all it has. That's all he has to say at that point. It's just what? That's weird. I kind of like whisper it. Oh, the last Pokemon's Persian. That's not too bad. I don't think it has any moves that are threatening to Dawn from either, if worse comes to worse. I'm gonna try a high jump kick again, though. Oh, it does have slash. And yeah, a critical hit doesn't surprise me. Reversal might have been better. Or not, because it knocked it out in one hit. Okay, never mind. I forget what I was just talking about a little bit ago, but it doesn't matter, because this just went beautifully. What's great about these battles, too, is, as you've seen already, I haven't had to use a single continue, and that's just awesome. I'm glad everything's working out for me here, because for change, I like to see that happen. I don't like having to edit out certain scenes because a battle went wrong or something. That's good. I'm glad that that happened.